Good afternoon, everyone, on this Monday, January 25th. Um, Time is currently about 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, so it's been a little while since I've made a weather challenge video due to the fact that there's been a month-long break from the challenge. That break has ended, and the first forecast for New Orleans is due at 7 p.m. Eastern, or 0Z. Um, so yes, the next 8 days, excluding the weekends, will feature videos on weather challenge for New Orleans. So if you're doing the challenge, look forward to them. Okay, so let's take a look at what's happening right now, as well as the past 24 hours or so. So looking at yesterday, temperatures were in the middle 50s. Generally cloudy skies, although mainly high clouds. Winds were fairly light out of the east. Cool day overall. Likely just departing cool air mass. Overnight, last night temperatures decent regional cooling, although southeast wind off the warmer water kept things up a little bit probably. However, 46 degrees was reached. And then yes, so far today temperatures really have spiked quite a bit, especially compared to yesterday. Get 20 degrees higher than yesterday, probably just due to a warmer air mass in place. There's a bit of cloud cover earlier on, however, that has since dissipated. You can see the satellite imagery showing these lower clouds, which have finally moved out of the area, and now some sunshine's being observed over the area, which has allowed for this nice little temperature spike. 72 degrees, which is let's pull up here. Normal value is 62, so already 10 degrees above average for today. It looks like a bit of a frontal feature is moving its way into the area. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see a nice area of low pressure currently moving towards Great Lakes, and here's your trailing cold front. And then your warmer air mass is ahead of the front. Let's go back. Okay, so let's take a look at this front. See how fast it's going to move, when it's going to get there. It looks like the front itself is about here. Let's pull this up a little easier to see. It's kind of hard to make the front. It's kind of weak, it looks like. We'll take a look at the SPC mesoanalysis real quickly. Try to pick up this front. Let's see. It's really hard to make it. It's a fairly warm day. Low 70s across the entire southern states in this region right here. So I really don't see much of a front right now. Take a look at this, and really, I don't see much of a front. But as this system continues to develop, looks like there should be definitely a better front developing. All right, so let's get reorganized here again. Okay. So let's pull up the good old RPM, why not? Just to get an idea of where the clouds might be, how they look. Just a general overview. Okay, southeast region, 18Z RPM. Take a look at the forecast satellite as well as radar, because there might be some unsettled weather associated. Okay, 1830, here we go. Okay, so it's kind of identifying some sort of frontal feature right here. It wasn't too visible on satellite. Kind of this look here. Continue forward things. So it looks like definitely the southerly flow continues ahead of the front. Here we are, 0Z, so that's when the forecast starts. Generally, clear skies, perhaps. I'll take a look at the layers in just a bit. It looks like some of the convective clouds and showers over the Gulf of Mexico do make their way northward. Fairly light. So definitely some cloudiness potential overnight tonight, keeping things on the warmer side. Definitely looks like a very moist environment ahead of the front with this southerly flow. It looks like those clouds will linger into tomorrow. So let's see. Here's the front. It's moving very, very slowly. This is about 20 hours in. This front really hasn't moved a whole lot. The orientation's kind of changed, but really it has not moved a whole lot. But it is slowly but surely getting closer, and I can definitely see some convective features associated with it. Here we are, 16Z. Front really hasn't moved a whole lot. Again, definitely basking the clouds, which should have an interesting impact on high temperature. And then finally, it looks like by 20Z, maybe some of the rain associated with the front makes its way into the New Orleans area. It looks very convective. As this bit of a southwest flow continues right off the Gulf, aiding moisture and instability. Okay, so it looks like some rain does make it into the area by around 5 or 6. I'm not really going to care what the time is right now, but it looks like some rain does make it into the New Orleans area tomorrow afternoon. And the front kind of just slowly but surely, oh my goodness gracious. I hate this. I hate this with a passion. Just trying to create a deterministic forecast, and you have all this gook just over the area for such a long time period. You know, throw some dice, why not? And it just continues this fetch of moisture and instability, just maintaining these showers over the area for a pretty extended amount of time. And we are already into day 2. Some lingering showers, however, it looks like things have lightened up a bit. It looks like the front itself finally might push through day 2, but we'll leave that for day 2. Looks like much of day 1 is dominated by clouds, and then during the afternoon, some rain looks like to be the case. Quickly we'll compare the 4-kilometer NAM. New Orleans is right in this region, so just focusing on there. Here's the front and some convection out ahead of it. So it's really, it's kind of just the rain associated with it, it's kind of spread out. It's not really, fine-tuned to the front. Here we are, 18Z Tuesday. So around the time the RPM suggested rainfall would make it into the area. It's definitely scattered convection, definitely in a scattered type of precipitation. And then it kind of shows some less, but yeah, it still maintains this this plume moisture and rain and all that fun stuff. Here we are, 6Z Wednesday. Focused in on a forecast sounding here. Just take a look at the moisture profile. Oh, nope. I do not want Boston. Hey. Alright. Wow, the very, very moist column. P watts, 1.23. Decent amount of instability. Elevated at least. That's by 6Z. Let's take it back a little bit. Oh boy, wonderful. Alright, there's definitely a bit of a cap here. 0Z. Okay, let's switch gears. Might come back to this. Okay, let's go to the cross sections here. Start things out with the relative humidity. So yes, highlighting, this is today's clouds, but they have some holes currently which allowed temperatures to spike into the low 70s. Overnight tonight, looks like the moisture in the low levels sticks around, although you have these higher level clouds starting to build in, which persist for the most of the day. And low levels, it's kind of a coin toss. And then here we go. much better layer of moisture between around 21Z through 6Z, where you have your best chance for convective showers, whatnot. The GFS, similar story. It looks like 21Z is a good time. So let's throw the 21Z up. That's 27 hours. I hope. Yep. Okay. So yeah, fairly saturated column. Not really a cap to worry about. Decent, with varying wind profile. The low levels. Take a look. The 3 hours prior to that. Okay, so no real cap. So that cap was after things kind of cooled from the rain. So prefrontal environment looks pretty good. P-watts of about 1.4, so definitely a moisture-laden atmosphere. Real quickly, yeah, P-watts just climb right up to 1.4 and slowly but surely do drop. GFS, very similar story. Lift, let's take a look. Yep, so definitely some good omega values here, negative omega values indicating rising motions, and then maybe some more towards day 2, but I'm not worried about that too right now. So that's the rain. Curious to see what the models indicate. Oh, okay, so the NIM only has about 0.15. Okay, that's not a lot. And the GFS about 0.3. Okay. Again, look at this. It's highlighting convection. So a lot of little increments. So a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit again, and again, again. I don't really like seeing that in the model. But in any case, these little increments are generally at or under a tenth of an inch or 5/100ths of an inch. It definitely looks pretty impressive on the sim radar. Just looking at some of the high reflectivity values, if they get into some of the red and orange, they can easily pick up a tenth of an inch of rain very quickly. So I'm a little skeptic on the QPF output right now. Something to monitor, as you do have some of the instability along with the front. Okay, let's take a look at the winds. Very windy. So we'll look back at the Mizo West real quickly. They have had a gust up to 24 miles an hour, sustained 10 to 15. That agrees with this pretty well. Yeah, right here. It's been a while since I looked at this, so bear with me. So yeah, a fairly mixed earlier to 900 millibars. And then overnight tonight, you a bit of a low-level jet develops. And you do have some low cloud potential, and you have some high-level clouds building in as well. Cloud fraction, yeah. These high-level clouds will probably help cap temperature quite a bit. Along with the ongoing southerly flow off the warmer Gulf of Mexico waters, you also have your increasing precipitable water values. So temperature overnight tonight will be really, really mild to warm. Their average low, real quickly, 45 degrees. That would probably not be anywhere close tonight to that value. So let's see what the model has for that. So the model has it getting down to about 60 or so, 59, 60. I guess you can flip a coin on that. GFS, similar story on the low. Okay. Just a quick note here. It looks like the models were way too cold today. They probably tried keeping things a bit too cloudy, which didn't really pan out. Oh well. So that might make things interesting for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the temperature profile. So yeah, definitely a warming profile. Take today, add a couple degrees, pretty much. Although let's take a look what the wrap has currently for the current. state of the atmosphere. I think this is about 13 Celsius going right through or around. Where is New Orleans on here? Around, yeah, MSY right there. So yeah, it goes right through MSY. About 13 Celsius at 9:25. A little bit warmer than what the NAM had. A whole degree warmer, in fact. GFS had. Yeah, still a little too cool as well. So yeah, models were just too cool today. The entire layer. So do the models correct themselves? I think the 18Z runs will shed some better light. I think the 18Z NAM might already be out now. Oh. There's a bit of a bug on this 12Z. These two NAM runs are identical. This should be a 12Z run, either 6 or 18Z. I think the most current run on this page is 12Z, so we'll stick with that. Definitely interesting to see 18Z NAM corrections based on the higher temperature that was observed today. But yeah, looking at tomorrow's high, definitely warmer than today. You maintain that warm southerly flow. Clouds, you'll have some mid-high level clouds this time of year, which can make a big impact. And then 21Z, you're pretty much done warming up. That time you probably have some precipitation falling. Let's see. Here's 12Z, 15Z, 18Z. Yeah, about 21Z. Yeah, I think that's probably a good starting point for precipitation. Just looking at the temp profile, much warmer than today. 925 temps today, about 13 right now. At about 2 or 3 degrees to that, so that's in Celsius. So you had about 5 or so degrees to the temperature today, and you are in the middle 70s. Congratulations. Potential temperature is also a good indicator. So yeah, a good 3 degrees Celsius warmer than today. That translates to about 5 or 6 degrees Fahrenheit change. Yeah. And let's see what the model had. The model had, 75 or so, and the GFS is probably a little too cold. Moss is pretty far out to lunch. I'm not really sure what that is seeing. Probably just a big fat overcast. The differences between today and tomorrow is these high level clouds that will be in place much of the day. The Moss might, although Moss might not be able to see this high. I'm not really sure why the Moss is that cold. Anyways, quick look at the USL, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay, so this has the temperature overnight tonight getting about 61. Wait, what about that second 60 idea, which I just considered? Ooh, hello. If you can't tell, I'm like, this is the first time I've looked at this all day, so. It looks like if there would be a second 60 low, it would fall during rain. And let's take a look at the winds. You have some low-level cold advection ongoing between about 0Z and 6Z. So the timing of those features are important. Let's take a look. This is the mean sea level pressure and your surface winds. Okay, so here we are, 0Z. Starting to see a bit of a wind shift starting to take place. Here's your front. And then 0Z. And the winds do shift. Pull up the temperature real quickly. It's a pretty aggressive cold front, I'd say. 18Z. Compared to what it is now. So 0Z, it's pushed through, so you are cooling off a bit. So yeah, it's probably a second 60 low makes sense than the first 60. However, yes, temperatures over the next 15 hours or so probably won't drop off a whole lot. Let's see. So the USL hasn't fell 52 overnight, second 60 period, so that'll probably be your low. And your high, wow, only upper 60s. That's definitely due to the rain onset time. This is showing rain starts at 13Z. NAM did not have that. How about the RPM? I forget. Jeez, I mean, I don't really know if I want to believe any of this little gook right here. You know, this is a really solid transition from nothing to, you know, a lot more. 17Z, you know, if they have rained yet, I don't think they have rained. I think the USL might be a little too low. I mean, definitely dependent on, you know, if these little showers are actually do exist. This might just be some very minor convection. I mean, this is what's good for taking a look at the humidity profile. Look at the NAM. It is fairly dry, below 800 millibars. Very, very dry. So, and here's the GFS. Again, it's pretty dry below 900 millibars. Another thing is the USL 100% sky cover right there. Now, there might be some holes in the clouds. You know, I would certainly hope there's holes in the clouds to get anywhere in the 70s. If there's no hole, if this is to verify overcast skies with rain starting at 13Z, does temperature even rise in this case? Things to consider. And then you FROPA about 23Z. Yeah, about the same. NAM. 0.62. That's accumulated through the entire day too. So I'm definitely curious to see the 22Z USL now, as well as the 18Z runs to account for today's temperature. Other than that, yeah, I think that'll be the video for today. I hope you enjoyed watching.